Chubstep.
Jrad.
Creating the oil of Dolton.
Steed. Chubstep.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the king of the jungle.
Hello, I Bubble Freak.
Why, hello!
Someone complained that the men's room is whites only. Stanley, you know that's not true.
I didn't say that.
And why is there a picture of a white man on the door?
Come on, son.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
And the show started. This is the second of a two-part episode here with Steed. We're going to continue the story. I'm not sure where I'm breaking this up, but we will continue the story here, right, Steed?
We're in there somewhere.
We're in there somewhere. Pick it up.
This second half's the good half.
It might be the better half.
Yeah.
Depending on where I split it. All right, here we are.
Okay, my grievance about him. He is a pan washer in the washing machine. He puts nonstick pans in the washing machine like a lunatic. Okay, so he knows I hate this so much that he took my pan, my good pan, and he did the dishes, and then after the dishwasher was done, he took my pan and put it into the dishwasher because he knew that I would get pissed off when I saw that my pan was in the dishwasher.
Oh my God. Okay. Now, I hate to bring up Chubstep Amy again, but when I first met her, every pan was going in the dishwasher as well.
Oh my.
But even like she had a Dutch oven type of thing that was going in the thing. And very quickly, I would say this stopped almost immediately after we started dating. So
good.
Luckily this trait was was removed at some point. But Steve, I get that. Vaughn, my Chubstep V-Dog, who's been on the show a bunch of times, had that complaint about his roommates all the time.
Yeah, it's a non-stick coating. It's gonna get ruined.
Yes, and it takes up a lot of room in the dishwasher.
Yeah, that's another. It takes 2 seconds. Put out a little drying towel.
Yes,
you're good. I think he's reformed now, though.
Okay, here's a grievance he had for you. He said you run the fan in your room constantly, and it costs probably $7 a month in electricity.
I have tinnitus. Okay, it's a debilitating disease that's incurable. So he can take that $7 and suck on it.
Okay.
He knows that I have tinnitus. He knows it.
Fair. Do you have a grievance about me?
Okay, yeah. So this is a big grievance. I witnessed this grievance.
Yeah.
He said during his impending divorce, you orchestrated the meanest trophy ceremony known to man, even though your actions as the shadow counsel of our fantasy football league were atrocious.
Yeah, so this needs some backstory for people listening.
Yeah.
So I didn't know the backstory, obviously, what was going on. But if you want to share that, that's fine. But I did create a last place. We never had a last place trophy in our fantasy football league. I had worked with Chubstep, Big Money Banks, who's been on the show a bunch of times, to come up with a trophy for the last place him, because Pat was purposely throwing the league to get last place. So we said, if somebody's doing that, we need a last place trophy. It was aggressive.
It wasn't aggressive. I thought it was funny. If you guys did that against
me, I will say people thought it was funny. He did not take it as a joke.
I think he was a little down in the dumps because
it was maybe bad timing. It was bad timing, I would say. In hindsight, it was bad timing.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's a fair accusation. I would say it's a fair accusation. I take full responsibility for that. Yeah,
I still think it was funny.
It was,
and I'll stand by
it was a lot. It was a lot. Do you have one more for him or no? I got one more about you.
Let's see. I could get a grievance. Yeah, there's about 12 garbage bags full of beer cans in the garage.
Mm-hmm.
because he's been saving them up because he thinks he's going to drive to Iowa and change them in for like $40.
Yeah.
And the whole garage just smells like beer and like bees come in.
Yeah. So I used to do these volunteer trips in the Appalachians called the Appalachian Service Project. And this was a very common practice outside of trailer homes in Appalachian. They would have apparatuses built. They would look like a chicken,
just
like a
the
bird
beer.
cage, but like like for a hawk, like these, like almost like a grain silo, but filled with cans.
Wow.
To deposit these. And the term that they would use was that's a hillbilly 401k.
Oh God.
That they would like save these up and like that's my savings. Here's some extra savings.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Roll down.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm very familiar with this practice.
Yeah.
I have actually helped friends in the past. One time I had a friend at college and we were at his house and we loaded up his parents' like Ford Excursion with a series of bags of these cans to drop off. So I'm very familiar with this practice. I'm not sure how much money you actually get if it's worth it. I'm not sure.
I think that
what's the gas you spend getting to wherever you have to get versus how much you get? Yeah.
Because when I lived in Iowa, we drank a lot of beer and we saved it up. And then one day I took it all and I exchanged it. And I think it got me like 2 cases of beer with the money. So, but he has to drive to Iowa and back.
Yeah.
And he gets 16 miles to the gallon in his truck.
Yeah, you do the math. It might work or might not work out. You might get one beer. You might get one beer out of it.
Yeah.
Okay. I have one more, Steed.
Okay.
He said that you did a bad job setting up the spiderweb Halloween decorations.
Oh my God. I have heard about this 22 times by now. So, first of all, I was sick. I was ill.
He said you would say that. He said you had said you were sick.
I was ill. I put these up. After I put them up, a windstorm hits. So I didn't have any time to react to the wind gauge. And instead of fixing them, I decided to weed the whole front yard. Because it was horrible. There was weeds everywhere. I mean, like, fill up a wheelbarrow with just weeds.
Yep.
So, I spent some time doing that. And then I have to, like, go do something or something, and he gets home. Oh, just nonstop. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate that.
But they look good now, right? It looks good now.
Yeah, well, he fixed them.
Okay.
What was her job?
Tables.
What do you mean?
Guys, what'd I say?
Her job is so confusing.
The job isn't important. It's just a generic job that the writers of this made up for this.
But what is the generic job?
Just tables.
Nice. Steve, let's get to your positive animal thing.
Okay, well, when I say positive, it's not positive, but it's just better.
Not scary.
Yeah, exactly. But some rights were violated.
Okay.
And somebody might go to jail. An 81-year-old man in Montana. That's an old-ass Montana man. He's been around the block. He was sentenced to 6 months in federal prison for illegally using tissue and testicles from big sheep, cloning them, and creating hybrid sheep for trophy hunting in Texas and Minnesota.
This seems like something from a movie. So this guy's like creating fake animals so he can hunt them?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
Also fined $20,000, and he has to also pay $4,000 for some reason. The Fish and Wildlife Foundation. So yeah, basically there's like this big ass sheep in Europe, and it's like the biggest sheep in the world. What's his name? The Marco Polo sheep. That's the brand of sheep or herd.
Okay. Oh, these are not okay. These are like bighorn sheep. I'm
big
sharing,
ass
I'll
sheep.
share my screen here.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, this is. I was picturing like like a lamb sheep type of thing, like something you see on a farm.
This ain't like a eaten sheep. This is a
No,
hunted
this is
sheep.
cool looking. This is cool looking. Okay, and a lot of
Yeah.
people hunt it. Apparently, I see a lot of pictures of people holding a dead one. So
Yeah, it's a trophy animal, and it's the largest sheep. It weighs 300 pounds. The curled horns can get up to 5 feet long, which is pretty cool.
wild. Yeah, this is crazy looking. I've never seen horns like this.
Yeah. So those are native to Europe.
Oh, you weren't even seeing what I was looking at here. Yeah, here we go.
No. Holy crap. Yeah, that's crazy. That's a big ass sheep. Big ass horns.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they're native to Europe. And he wanted big sheep on his ranch because he runs a ranch where you can like pay money and kill a trophy sheep or like trophy animal. Or you can buy like, he like raises weird animals.
Okay.
What'd they say? Mountain sheep, mountain goats, and ungulates. I don't know what an ungulate is, but use your imagination. So he goes to Europe, I guess, like kills the sheep out there, chops his balls off, brings the balls back, like smuggles them into the US, clones some sheep somehow, and then uses the descendants of these cloned sheep to like create bigger sheep in his sheep herd, like in the US sheep. Because you can't just like introduce a new species of animals to America, right? Bad for the locals. But he just like did that and then like interbred them, but he created like monster sheep. And then he was selling some of the hybrid sheep to like Alabama, Arkansas, Oregon. He was selling them all over the place, just fucking up the Rocky Mountain Bighorn sheep stock.
Yeah.
He also sold sheep semen, which I guess you can't do. He was out of control with the sheep.
This is like wild that he was like, yeah, this is a big trophy thing. I'm just gonna replicate this all the time. So the cloning part, he wasn't actually like doing it in some lab and creating clones. He's basically just using the semen from. I don't know how was the cloning technology. I guess I'm confused what cloning is.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot in the cloning technology. I think they just used it
Okay.
as clickbait on this article.
Okay, yeah. So they basically just he's getting the semen from these.
Yeah, he got the semen all right.
Okay.
But it says he took like the whole testicles.
Okay. So he found some way to like inseminate regular
So
sheep.
I don't
with
know
this
if
kind of regular
with
sheep
the
with
big
this
sheep.
Marco Polo sheep. Cloning is a good
DNA.
clickbait because
And
as
then
soon
he
as I
was
heard
just mixing
cloning,
them
I'm like,
up.
this is
These
crazy.
sheep could get loose. I thought he was going to do it in some type of tube, like a tube.
I was picturing
clone,
like
plastic tube clone.
I'm picturing like a futuristic movie with the cloning, like Star Wars, Attack of the Clones. You've got
The tanks.
the tanks.
Tubes.
Yeah, these tanks. People are the sheep are in water and going around and these growing and Okay, so this is just anyway. I mean, can I say innovative for this guy? He's like, hey, people want this sheep. You can't find them here. These sheep
You
at
want
home
big
suck.
sheep? I'll
Nobody
get
wants to
you
kill
some
these.
big
Nobody wants to
goddamn
kill
sheep.
the lame sheep around us.
Yeah,
I'll give you some big sheep.
it's
And
pretty
that's illegal,
awesome.
though.
Yeah, apparently it's illegal, and apparently it's pretty easy to get away with because he was 81 and just had generations of these big
Yeah.
ass sheep.
How did he get caught?
And yeah, it's been going on since he's been in business since 1987.
That's
How did he
insane.
get caught?
Yeah, how did he get caught? Does it say?
I don't think it did say. I think it was like because he was selling some sheep semen. He was selling the seed.
Oh, then there was a narc online that probably ratted him out.
Yeah, somebody must have ratted him out, or some official was like, or maybe like he mailed it. So maybe the mail people were like, "What's in here?" And they like tasted it, and then read the label.
This isn't right.
This isn't ranch dressing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, probably some weirdo at the mail office. You're right.
Yeah. So
Perfect.
I mean, lesson: don't steal in sheep semen, sheep testicles. The semen.
Just leave any testicles alone, I would say.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
I'll bring the beers. I'll bring the beers.
Steed, we've had a lot of these Steedvestigations, Chubvestigations, so I'm just going to continue it, make it a theme of this kind of two-part episode.
Okay.
But this is Chubvestigation into Dolton, Illinois.
Ooh. Oh, with the mayor?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
So I want to talk about this. Yeah, you've probably heard some story. People local to the Chicago area have heard this story. So Dolton, Illinois is outside of Chicago, 20,000 people, not a major suburb, decent size, but
Yeah.
the whole reason it's in the news is because of this mayor called Tiffany Henyard. Tiffany, I first saw Tiffany on a billboard driving through
Ooh.
the suburbs. I'll show you actually this billboard.
Was it pro-TIFF or anti-TIFF?
Her pro. She created these billboards.
Oh my God.
I will show you what it looked like. Okay, here we go. I'm going to share my screen for those on YouTube. Steve can describe what he's seeing here. You know, welcome to Thornton Township, Tiffany Henyard. It's just her like pointing.
I really like the freaking Valentine's Day card that's just right under that. It's like her blowing hearts at you.
I think this one might be fake. But it's a lot of these are so the one I saw I think was this one. Yeah, it's like welcome to Thornton Township, and it's just her call us for help, and it's it's basically like it's a billboard along a highway, committed to care, community, and you,
Wow.
general assistance, seniors, youth, and just her pointing at three, and it's basically a big advertisement for her.
Yeah.
And that's so I first saw that, and then all of a sudden, all these news articles started coming out about some residents calling her the worst mayor in America.
That's harsh.
Now she claims she's a super mayor, with so quite opposite perceptions between herself and what some of the residents are saying.
Yeah.
But the most recent article just came out that she's being evicted from her house that she's been renting. She owes $3,300 in rent.
Oh.
She's denying it. Her lawyers are denying it, but that's the most recent allegations. A lot of this is from Fox News, so that's just where I got a lot of this information. But there's a series of articles. This is local Fox. Series of articles about her. So there's been multiple town hall meetings where the police have had to get involved because the people start yelling at her. A lot of the trustees seems to not get along with the trustees in the town, and they're fighting. And a lot of this, basically all this has to do with her spending. And well, not even all of it. Actually, that's the main issue people seem to have. So the FBI is apparently looking into this, but also Lori Lightfoot, who was Chicago's former mayor, I don't know how she got involved with this, but she got hired to do an investigation into the town's financial situation. So the general fund balance was 5.61 million in 2022.
Okay.
Positive. In 2024 of May of 2024, it was a deficit of 3.65 million. So an $8 million swing in 2 years. Now, a lot of the residents there would blame the mayor. She would probably have a different, rationale for this. So Lightfoot said that Henyard had used the village credit card to make purchases on Amazon, Target, Walgreens, Wayfair, and other retailers. She spent $33,000 on Amazon on January 5th of 2023.
33,000 on
Just on
Amazon one day. Holy guacamole.
That's a lot. She spent over $3,000 on a round trip ticket to Las Vegas. Must be a private plane because I don't know how you're paying that much for a trip to Las Vegas.
First class, baby.
No, well, it's not. Yeah, maybe.
I mean, it could be day of too.
Day of
travel
first class.
Day.
Yeah.
I don't know what a first class ticket costs. Also.
Yeah. So she's a lot of it is like a perception that she puts out there. So she actually has a music video that she put out. I watched that. It was basically her lip syncing over something else. Like a song is playing, and she's lip syncing and then like showing the city around.
Okay.
But she's known for she constantly has like a makeup artist and hairdresser around with her. She like always uses them before public photo shoots. She has a police security force that's constantly surrounding her. Anytime she like enters or exits a thing, she goes in like the back of a black SUV, and she has constantly like three or four like full-time police security around her that like is paid for by the city.
I don't think she needs that.
No, and it's in a town of 20,000 people.
Oh yeah,
So
it's crazy.
yeah, keep in mind, like anyway. So there was a lot of people that were saying. So the other reason people are complaining is because there's a lot of people that said like, "Hey, I didn't donate to her cause, and now all of a sudden my business license has been held back for a year."
Oh,
Or like
God.
somebody was like, "Oh, I did catering for some of the trustees that she doesn't like, and now I haven't been able to get my business. I'm not getting any feedback from the mayor at all about my business license." All like so people
Oh
are.
no.
So this is part of the investigation the FBI is doing is that she's withholding like city resources from people because they're not like donating to her causes. One of her causes is this Tiffany Henyard Cares Foundation. So I'm going to read you kind of verbatim what it said here. Has been told by the Illinois Attorney General's office to stop soliciting or accepting contributions as it must register with the state. The same outlet summarized that the mayor was told her charity is not in good standing with good standing, and the state's attorney general has sent multiple letters advising, among other things, that is not registered with the state. So she is
Okay.
basically an unregistered charity that she's taking money for.
Yeah, just
Um,
taking it for herself.
yeah, so if you guys look up this late Tiffany Henyard, again, this is an ongoing investigation with the FBI and
She
Lori
seems
Lightfoot and things like
pretty
this.
guilty to me.
But so there's no
A lot of
hard
evidence.
set things, but the media and a lot of the residents, it does not look great for her image that she puts out there as being, the super mayor. But it's very interesting, like this kind of just small town, and this lady's just, going all out with it. It reminds me a little bit of there's a story of another Illinois town where the lady took like millions of dollars over a series of years. She was like the bookkeeper or comptroller, something like that. Have you heard this story, Steed?
It sounds familiar.
Dixon. Interesting. Dixon, Illinois, Steed.
Oh, old Dixon.
Dixon, Illinois, which I think we've been to together.
Yeah.
That's isn't that where Reagan's from, right? He's from
Yep.
Dixon.
Hmm.
So there was a lady, Rita Caldwell or Crundwell, sorry. So interesting, Dolton and Dixon, very similar sounding, not close to each other, but very similar sounding things. There's a
Yeah,
lady who was a
just small
comptroller and
towns.
treasurer from 1983 to 2012. She facilitated the largest municipal fraud in U.S. history.
God.
$54 million. Let's see how much it was. She embezzled. Keep in mind, she was making $80,000 a year, and she ended up having several cars, a second home, $2.1 million, 45-foot luxury motor home.
It's got to be tough to hide 50 million.
Yeah, $54 million
Impressive.
from a small town. Yeah, she did it over a series of years, and I think she got caught, if I remember right, because like she took vacation and somebody else
Oh no.
like took over her job for a little bit, and then it was like, what the hell's going on here? But
Jeez.
that's a crazy story in general. But yeah, this lady, not so. I don't know if we're gonna get that sort of. We're not really gonna get any sort of thing like that. But that's another lady, another crazy Illinois suburb, small town thing. So
Blagojevich, it's all his fault.
yeah, Illinois does not have a great record with politicians and money stuff like that.
No.
So
Nope.
Shit.
okay, then we will wrap up the show there. People email the show chubstep.podcast@gmail.com. So we like the emails. We never get them, but we like them. Then check us out on YouTube, Instagram, Chubstep Podcast, all the good stuff. The show has ended. Be gone.
Now you know you got to go.
Peace. This is Yasin.